What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Zacharias. We're back again with more of Avernum Escape from the Pit. Here we are back in the Bat Cave where we were first at to kill bats for Gary. And as you can see by one just attacking me there, they aren't worth fighting now. So now we just have some giant rats here. It can pretty much now easily be overpowered, so that's why I'm really not worried about anything. Wonder if I should do this and do this. Okay, pretty much all of them have leather grease, so I'm just going to sell that. I'm pretty sure if it says a negative to hit chance, then it's not something you want to put on your sorcerer anyway, because it will encumber them better. So it's a good way to remember. You suspect that this is the crystal cave Thantria told you about. You inspect the walls very carefully. Much to your surprise, when you try to touch the west wall, your hand passes through it. Moments later, the illusionary wall fades away. The assassin Manby must be nearby. We will explore the rest of the cave after we get this part covered. There is a man standing in this chamber, his back to you. He is wearing worn, filthy red robes, and a long, curved dagger hangs from his belt. He must be a blood cultist. There are a few of them left. The Empire has had even more success fighting them than it has against the dragons. There are 3 pens off to the side. You can hear beasts snarling in them. Manby would have called them to his aid, except that he hasn't noticed you yet. If you get closer, that is sure to change. Suddenly, Manby spins around and faces you. The cultist's hand flies to his dagger. You get a good look at his face in the light of the braziers. He is pale, thin, and entirely mad. Insane even by blood cultist standards, which are somewhat lax in that area. He snarls. So, 2 hunters come face to face. It is time for the spilling of blood. Yes, how lovely. Thantria sent me for you. Thantria, that... Manby refers to her with a particularly objectionable word. Why have you Avernites not taken her blood yet? She buys you and you take her trinkets like sniveling curs. You killed an official of the Empire? No, I killed a being whose life was an affront, whose spirit cried out and disrupted the great peace. That this offender was one of Hawthorne's sworn lackeys was of no importance to me. He thinks. Though I suppose I didn't mind. What are you going to do in Avernum? I will spread the great silence. Your roaring disrupts one of the few places of peace in our foul world. I will fight for the silence, for none else will. You are my bounty, and I aim to collect. Yes, now I can end your noise. Now I can restore blessed silence. He begins to chant. Manby says something. You can't hear it. It was barely a whisper. Then he looks toward one of his alcoves, as if he expects help to arrive soon. Oh, please. Or we can't use divine fire because they're immune to fire. Why don't we go ahead and do this instead? And do this. Are you kidding me? Let's do that. Alright, we killed Manby at least. Make sure we do as much damage as we can to I'm surprised Manby did not have any ending dialogue for that. You think he would. After ending his life, they usually do have something last to say. But then again, he was a cultist, so probably best that he doesn't try to say anything else. We could have used these both easily if we wanted. Didn't know they would have that effect. But what did he drop? Warg skin cloak. That's not nearly as good as the cloaks we already have on. Actually, no. I thought Noah and Ariadne, Noah and Beatrix did have good capes on at this point, but I guess not. Yeah, we'll put that on Noah. These rats are really going to be no problem. Are you kidding me? Go ahead and skip turn. Alright, this escape experiment here has a little bit more health, though. Ooh, Girdle of Strength. Hang on to what we got. Alright, make sure we get more crystals. Oh yeah, if we tried exploring this cave when we were still very low level, then this would be way more overwhelming. But these bats are not going to have any effect whatsoever. This fight is about to be over before it even begins, really. Okay, well, they did a little bit of damage to my spellcasters, but that's a little bit more understandable. Ooh, some heavy boots. Ooh, that actually encumbers him, so we're gonna keep that off. We still want as many action points as we can. As we can get. And yeah, if you want to end combat, you do have to make sure that they are close enough first before you do that. This is really going to be no trouble at all. Yeah, we could have explored the rest of this cave earlier if we wanted. Because the fight is definitely survivable. You find an ancient stone altar, well worn by the ceaseless drops of water from the ceiling above. The carving of a bat is still barely visible on its front, set with several gemstones. This altar has been abandoned for a long time. The stones are worth some cash, but you would have to pry them loose. You easily pry the first stone out. They look like they're worth a fair amount of money. As you ease the second one out of the setting, there is a flash of light and sulfurous smoke. Three fanged, clawed, demonic horrors appear in the room, attracted by the desecration of this dark altar. Happily, they aren't very large, so you might survive. None of them even had a chance to attack, so this was no problem at all. Pestilent Greaves. Yeah, we'll put that on. I think Vander has the lowest XP, so let me check real quick. Oh yeah, definitely. We'll use this on him. At some point, there were numerous stone tablets etched with runes on this pedestal. Cave quakes have knocked loose and destroyed almost all of them, but one remains. You might be able to decipher the odd writing. You try to focus your eyes on the writing, but as you look, the letters shift and dance around. Sometimes you detect familiar words in the movements. After concentrating for a while, you're able to piece together a long, coherent message. You try to decipher it, and we improved Ward of Steel, so nice. Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and head back to... Actually, you know what? Before we head back to Thantria, let's go back to the Neferum fort that was north of Katra. Because I did want to clear out this part. Part of Demon Slayer here. Because I do think we might be strong enough at this point. What's up here? You are on a swampy outcropping in the middle of a large stagnant pool. The smell is awful. You discover a small patch of bright green moss. Some of the tufts are quite fresh and you recognize them as variety used in healing potions. I'm gonna go ahead and steal from the altar and also altar right here and then go to the temple we were avoiding before. This altar is old and worn and the air around it is icy cold. Being near it makes you extremely uncomfortable. There is a long, beautiful dagger on the altar, its luster only slightly diminished by the brown stains. You now have a lovely dagger, obviously quite valuable. As you admire it though, you begin to feel a hostile presence in the room. Then the presence takes on a physical form. As you turn to face it, the chill from the altar starts to affect you. You feel very slow. Okay, so I knew it would be demons. Okay, so we survived that fight. Radiant short blade. Ooh, this is definitely better than... I hate to get rid of the discipline blade. Actually, no, we don't have to get rid of the... Yeah, this one does more damage and we're gonna get adrenaline rush back anyway after we level up, but this is just very strong. I think it's our spellcasters that are going to need the extra points of it eventually. Ooh, he's also encumbered now, I just realized. Crap, what can we take off then? Maybe the nullity shield? Yeah. Okay, so these demons are not immune to fire, which is good. Gives more options to damage. He would put on a spine shield. Do this, and we'll do this for now. I meant to do that. I meant to click heal on him. Ooh, that was a bit of a workout, but we took care of it. At the end of this crypt is a bier, on which rests a mummified Avernum. At the base of the bier are faded runes, or however you say that, apparently responsible for summoning the demons. The body holds the pommel of a sword clenched to his chest. So far, we gained part of Demon Slayer the pommel. Okay, so we have part of Demon Slayer. We took care of the Batcave Assassin, so let's go ahead and head back to Dantria finally. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Manvi is dead. You tell her of your hunt for Manvi. She nods, pleased. Manvi was a coward and a killer, and the world is better without him. You should be proud. She gives you a sack of coins and a sparkling necklace. This may be the beginning of a profitable relationship. I have more work for you. You have more work for me? I do. There is a settlement to the west, run by a very interesting fellow named Kayas. He intrigues us, and we would have him aided. He has sent word that someone is causing him trouble. Someone who is no true follower of the Empire. Travel to Kayas and assist him. When it is done, return to me for your reward. What help does Kayas need? I will let him tell you himself. Tell me more about Kayas. I will let him tell you himself. I understand he is quite a talker. I'll be going now. Dantria nod. I bid you farewell. Remember, the Empire is always watching. With our help, Avernum can survive. Without us, he shrugs slightly, then waves farewell. Okay, so it's gonna be a hot minute before we go over and see Kayas. I like the curse resistance a little bit more. Go ahead and put that in the bag. Let's head back to the Terra Magi real quick, and then we'll drop off our stuff. And then we're going to head over to the Slit Temple and find the Slit Assassin. All right, with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and save the game right here. But let me do a couple things real quick. Let's do that. Do Cloak of Curses again. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save the game right here, but I will see you all soon with the next part of the Let's Play.